Hello Scorpio friends, I'm Annie Botticelli and welcome to my February 2020 horoscope report for you. This month we are going to be seeing residuals from those powerful eclipses. Those eclipses were in nice angles for Scorpio, so I expect that many of you from those eclipses had news of very positive changes. There is always the chance for drama, difficulty, and things that you don't like that come during eclipses that are part of it, but you were definitely one of the zodiac members that were more protected and exalted in this eclipse cycle. So you might be seeing news continue to move along this month from what has already happened, and new information may be coming in. This month has more than double the sweet aspects compared to the salty ones, and whenever that happens, it sets the tone for the month for awesomeness, because there's little mischief from the stars. And when that happens, things can tend to flow more smoothly. So we all have that on our side this month. The wall of retrogrades that I've been talking about forever starts now. Okay, as of February 2nd, every day we move into February. We're getting into the pre-shadow period of Mercury retrograde, which starts February 17th. This time starts the wall of retrogrades, Mercury, Venus, and Mars, that lasts through all of 2020. Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde, Mars retrograde don't have to be bad times, especially if you sync up with the energies and know when to pull back. The time of the active open periods like December and January are the times to actively weave your web, prepare your food, prepare for your future, do all your big steps, make all your plans, get everything situated. And then the time of the retrogrades is to let the food come to the web while you put it on cruise control and kick back a little bit. So any of the work that you've done in that time is likely going to start paying off for you now, which is very exciting. So we've got Mars about to go into Capricorn. This is good news for Scorpio because Capricorn is a sign that is in a sweet aspect to your placement. That means your motivation levels, your ambitions that may have been strong throughout this open window may start to take shape, meaning like the work that you were doing behind the scenes before may start materializing if it hasn't already. So that's really helpful. It can also help to define things and set things up for your future. There's a lot of energy for everyone in the cosmos, but there are some special areas of this for Scorpio of setting up finances for the future. So someone, a relative or somebody else might be making forwards, moving steps to establish you for the future. So that's very exciting. There is a strong focus on the home space this month, and that is mostly going to be something about money, so like getting finances situated for a move, thinking about selling a house, thinking about renting a house. Possibly you could be in the midst of home repairs, and maybe those home repairs are just for you to enjoy and you to benefit from with your family. But many of you are going to be asking questions regarding houses and money. This is this is going to be coming up whether you're early, middle, or late degree Scorpio, but for multiple reasons. That fourth house is being accentuated. Plus there's the energy of Mercury retrograde is going to be very strong in that area as well. So even though you early degree placements, meaning those of you who are October born, you're going to have the energy in the fifth house for this retrograde as well. All of you will have some energy of retrograde in the fourth house, and most of you, like all of the November born Scorpios, or 10 to 20 degrees, or 10 to 29 degrees, if you're watching for your moon or rising, are going to have that retrograde energy actually completely in the fourth house. I'll talk about what the fifth house implications of Mercury retrograde could look like in a second, but first I want to talk about the fourth house ones because those are going to be true for all of you in some way. And the November born, like completely, in the earlier October born and 0 to 9 degrees, you might get, pieces of this, but it's definitely going to be relevant for everybody. When Mercury goes retrograde in the house of home, it can bring family members back from the past. So you might get visitors, or you might get to see family members. You also are consumed with this question of housing. Where are you going to live? Maybe you're getting a second home. Maybe you're planning a move. Maybe like I said, something's going on with your house. You might be trying to ask the question, how can you use the asset of your home, whether you live there or rent there, Maybe you're thinking of Airbnb-ing. Maybe, there's a million different ways this can look. You could be getting ready to sell your home. But re-questioning and going back over and fixing things and resolving things and preparing things having to do with home and family are a major focus right now. So, and it would be a great time. I mean, if you could take advantage of January to do some of this, that's why I put these out early, then that would be helpful because you have more open stars. But the aspects in February are really sweet, and sweetness coming from the past is accentuated. So selling a house or renting a house or something that you've had for a while that could, sweetness can come in from something you've already had, is all over your chart. The movement of Mars through your second house, and again, this is going to be true for all of you, will make you have impetus to make money. This has been happening already because of other aspects. So you've been hearing me talk about this for a while, but with Mars in this sector, it's really accentuating your drive to get your finances in order. And maybe that's what the relationship is with the house, like you want to move or you want a bigger house or something like that. Or maybe the two are going hand in hand, or maybe they're separate, but attention to your finances, clearing up your credit, budgeting, saving, things like that are more prevalent when this transit occurs. It also can happen that you can make more money. So hopefully that happens for you. Always remember that we draw in what we are inside. So if you have money blocks, then this money transit may not bring it in for you. But the potential is there. So the more you can reconfigure your inner space to be a vibrational match for these potentials, the more you can draw from the ethers of the potentials, the financial experience that you want. And again, with this Mars energy, there is this strong tilt towards, the future, because even as it moves on from the second house, as it will start to for those earlier in the sign and then get there, for the rest of you soon, moving into the third house, but in the sign of Capricorn, is all about planning, being practical, being ambitious, all of that. So look to have your fires lit with motivation to get yourself out of a bad situation or improve an already good situation, or set your sights on certain goals and make major progress towards those goals. There's a wonderful Jupiter-Neptune aspect. It's on February 23rd, but it will be flavoring the whole month because these outer planets, when they come into connection with each other, there's weeks before and after that you feel this. So this is going to happen February 23rd. This is going to happen July 27th, and then again on October 14th. So this period of time between February and the end of October, beginning of November even, is flavored with this energy. And this has to do with extra grace and benevolence, intuitive things leading you to practical business decisions, art, being able to make money, managing your mental space, being able to help you to get more focused. And this is a topic that I wanted to talk about as well, because there's something going on. Okay, well, before I get to that, I want to point out, and probably you've noticed, that a majority of the archetypal energies we look at in astrology are male energies. There's just the moon and Venus that have a female archetypal energy, and the rest are male. So the star goddesses, we do have star goddesses, and they have been whispering to me for a while, and they're wanting to come out now. They're wanting to start to talk to you through me with their messages. And the first lady of the zodiac that wants to speak is Juno. Juno is a ruler of relationships, and she's moving through the sign of relationships. So for all zodiac signs, there's this message: we are stronger together with other people. We can get further when we bind our energies with other people and, collaborate, get help, work together, move in cooperation, things like that. So in places where you're not in cooperation or where there's conflict, Juno is pushing you along to find resolution, kind of with a carrot dangling that you will actually get, that if you do the work, within the relationships, it's not easy to work on relationships, and it's easier to just step away from them, avoid them, and not deal with it. But she's speaking to us saying it's time to deal with some relationship issues. And when you can merge with others in a more seamless way, the benefit is going to be better for everybody. Now there's some special focus because she's in the house, the 12th house for you, early degree placement. So October born or 0 to 9 degrees. She's moved in, and some of you that are like at the beginning of November, first week or so, you could be feeling this as well. If you haven't, you will be soon. And the rest of you, this will come over the upcoming months. And I'll tell you where she is for you, and we'll talk about that too. But this is what's coming for the rest of you, and this is what's current for the early placements, the October born, and some of those beginning of November people, is that the spirit of partnership and relationship is moving through your subconscious mind, basically. And what that means to me when I see that is you might need help to deal with the things that are inside of you that are working against you. Many Scorpios tend to be independent, and they have things that their way, they're going to do them that way. And sometimes they really work well because you know more than other people about these certain subjects, and you know what you're doing, and you do these things and they work out. It's a fixed sign. So it gets on something and it stays there. There are aspects of your self-development, your personal development, and your psychological healing that actually may need you to have a partner. Not necessarily a romantic partner, but like a partner in healing. This partner in healing can be someone like in the form of a therapist, someone doing hypnosis, or like neuro-linguistic programming. I love EMDR as a trauma clearing therapy. But there are things in your subconscious mind that are holding you back from the things that you want to have. A lot of these things with the money and the relationships, and the use of your creativity in ways that are fulfilling for you. There are subconscious blocks. And so Juno is saying you may need to get help with that, and to not be stubborn is the point. There are also some other ways that you can get help, and that is praying and asking for help from the ethereal realms. Another way that you can get help that Juno is speaking to has to do with teachers that either aren't informed because they've passed on, or because they were never informed, or because, or that they're books, books or other resources from teachers that you might not know personally or connect with personally, but their work can help you tremendously. So it makes me think of like Tony Robbins. When I was still in the corporate world, before I got into all of the metaphysical stuff and the other spiritual things, I was like focused on the like motivational. There was a motivational speaker that came for our corporation, and it really affected me. It was Zig Ziglar. And then we got to see something. We got to see Tony Robbins. And so this kind of like got me understanding how we use our mind, purely from the psychological perspective, with nothing metaphysical or woo-woo about it. Those metaphysical things tend to come the deeper you go into psychology. It's hard to stay out of the metaphysical. But if you're speaking just from a purely psychological standpoint, using your subconscious mind's power and having someone help you do that through meditation, through affirmation, through, other tools that work. And Tony Robbins is, just one of the examples of people who use this for a very long time and taught other people how. You may have a teacher through the form of the work of somebody like this. But what Juno is telling you is that you need that. And if you're a November-born Scorpio, if it's at the beginning, this is really getting current for you too. The later into November you are, or the later degrees, like from 10 to 29, this is coming for you. You might feel it brewing, and you can get a head start on it. For the November born and 10 to 29 degree placements, if you're watching for your moon or rising, Juno is very much flavoring your 11th house. So what she's saying here is that key networking interactions, friends, social connections, group connections, your tribe, your community, people in those places have keys for you, and they're just there waiting for you. They may have already been offered to you. This is a situation with Mercury retrograde that someone in the past that said, hey, I'll help you with that, or, why don't we go talk about this, or come over anytime and, we'll discuss this, or let me know when you're ready to do this certain thing. People may have already extended some help to you that you were too stubborn or too busy to utilize. And it may float back into your consciousness, or you may find a business card, or someone may resurface or say hi on social media or something where they can hold an important key for you. So important keys for you November born friends, you really look to those pieces. Now, all of that can be true for anyone in the zodiac, okay, because the Juno in the relationship sign is just talking about the importance of relationships and connecting with people. But there is something specific for Scorpio about this, like social media, friendships, networks, groups, things like that, internet-based connections and community-based connections that are really standing out. and want you to hear them. So you can proactively go and meet people and network, or you can just say yes to things that had been offered to you already, to be able to get the goodies from what wants to come there for you. Okay, so we've got, let's see, the wall of retrogrades. Remember that retrogrades don't have to be a bad time. When they become bad is when you force against the tides. If you just notice that things you're doing aren't sticking or working and you just take a step back, then it can be really smooth and easy if you can be flexible and aware that there are likely going to be changes and evolutions to whatever occurs now. That's going to be very helpful. And also just to, follow the synchronicities. If something is saying, hold up, but you're like, no, I'm going to do this, then you're likely going to get pushback from the universe that is excessive during the retrograde time to help you get the message. But if you hear it, then you can stop doing those things. So in general, the only awkward movement is the energies through Aquarius, as those don't flow very well, with your placement. And they square them. They square your placements. But there's a very limited amount of that because the sun is going to be finishing the transit and Mercury is finishing the transit, but you will have some awkwardness as those planets move through Aquarius. And we talked about this in the January report where it's like the energy of ships passing in the night, because there was a lot of that energy happening in January, where it's like certain things going on aren't speaking your language and they're seeming to rub against you or work against you. So that might be the indicator then to take a step back, broaden your view, do some inner work, get some help, connect with other people in ways that are smooth, and just watch your web. Watch the web that you've created already. Enjoy the fruits of your labor and sit back for clear steps about what you're supposed to do next. So definitely go to AnnieHelpsYou.com, sign up for my free email newsletter. When you do, you get a written general transit report by me a month early in your inbox. And this has the sweet dates, the salty dates, all of the aspects that are sweet and salty, what they are, what you can expect from them, and a general report. This February edition is a special bonus edition because it has a retrograde bonus that I put in there to help you manage and best use these energies and to clear up some misconceptions about retrogrades and help you to use them in the best way. If you want written horoscopes by me, go to cozybysweetstarlight.com. All these links I'm giving you are also in the notes underneath the video. If you want to learn how to do astrology, either for professional or personal usage, see my class called Become a Professional Astrologer. You can see it at AnnieHelpsYou.com. You can also go to beastropro.com, beastropro.com. And you can see my crazy comprehensive astrology program that can take you from zero to professional astrologer in a short amount of time, or enhance skills you already have, or help you to use it for self-development or helping other people. Go to lumelife.com, L-U-M-E, life.com, to enroll in my new school for free and any of the free courses, which I have a bunch planned that are going to be coming out in the upcoming months. You have access to all the free courses at my school when you're an enrollee of the school. And of course, there are tuition-based programs you can enroll in as well, but you get the free goodies when you enroll in the school, and you can see all of that at lumelife.com. I hope you have a wonderful month, and I'll see you next month. Bye.